Viktor Gyökeres. What's going on for Viktor Gyökeres? So guys, let me explain to you. Basically, there was a pact between the agents of Viktor Gyökeres and Sporting since last summer for Sporting to accept this summer 2025, a transfer fee around 65 million euros plus add-ons for Viktor Gyökeres. So not the release clause, 100 million euros, but 65 with add-ons. Why you say they don't ask the release clause for this player? First of all, because they wanted to respect Viktor Gyökeres, who had the possibility to leave the club 1 year ago and he didn't. Then the coach leaves in November and maybe any other top player would say, okay, I'm leaving in January. No, Viktor Gyökeres respects Sporting, wins the trophy, the league and also the cup. So fantastic season with 63 goals, 10 assists, unbelievable season again for Viktor Gyökeres. And so Sporting were prepared to give this green light. But today, the president of Sporting says in public that he's not accepting 65 million euros as fixed transfer fee for Gyökeres. He wants more. He said not the release clause, not 100, but more than 65. The player is not happy with that, of course. We saw on social media the player removing from his Instagram account the Sporting reference, so probably the player was expecting to be facilitated in his exit from the club this summer. At the moment, this is still not the case. The president said we still don't have an official bid, but let me repeat that the calls are still there. Manchester United have called last week, have called over the weekend, and have called again this week for Viktor Gyökeres to be informed about the player, to understand their conditions, to understand what's going on with Sporting, to understand if there is still a chance to make it happen financially after not making it into Champions League. So Man United have been in active talks for Viktor Gyökeres in terms of understanding the situation, not club-to-club talks. There is no bid from Man United as of this afternoon, then we will see later in the next days, but for sure now this tense situation between Gyökeres and Sporting is an important point of the story to tell you in this moment. So we will see what happens with Gyökeres, but for sure an interesting point to watch, and remember that he remains also on Arsenal list in case the 𝐁𝐑𝐄𝐀𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐆 deal doesn't happen. But for 𝐁𝐂𝐃 the conversations are ongoing, advancing, and so Benjamin 𝐁𝐂𝐃 remains the priority, but Gyökeres is still on Arsenal list in case that deal doesn't happen. And so guys, let me hear your thoughts on all these stories from Gyökeres. Where do you see his future? And then Sverre Nipan.
By talking about Manchester United, shall we? Because they've signed 𝐁𝐑𝐄𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐆 already this summer. They've made offers for Bryan Mbeumo. They're also linked with Viktor Gyökeres. A lot of people will be asking, how can they afford to spend so much despite not having European football, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe saying that they're in debt?
Remember that when a club signs a player, the cost is actually spread over the life of the contract. So in the case of 𝐁𝐑𝐄𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐼, it's £1 million a month. So it's not £60 million that's going out of the PSR calculation. We also need to remember that this is Manchester United, so sponsors still want to be associated with them. Fans will still flock to Old Trafford. And I think they will be anticipating a better season in the Premier League next season. And I think the third main issue is all of the focus has been on Manchester United PLC's